Welcome to the 2023 student-directed one-act. My name is Lindsey, and I'm the director of the second one-act you're going to be seeing tonight, A Somewhat Wild West. Now, my sole reason for being here is simply I need to inform you of a couple things before we get the show started. First off, of course, in the unlikely event of an emergency, please calmly and quietly find your way to one of these 5 exits you see before you. 2 of them are the ways you came in, obviously. 2 of them are behind me on the stage, and 1 of them is simply behind you. Next, no drinks or food or smoking of any kind during the production. Finally, no photos or videos of any kind to distract the actors. Please understand. All right. That's everything. So now, on behalf of myself, all the other directors, and everyone else involved in this production, sit back, relax, and enjoy watching the unUsual success.
Dear Harvey, I know it's been a while since we've talked, and I'm sorry it has to be under these circumstances, but I really need your help. 5 weeks ago, my friend, Claire, was murdered. I went to the police, and they quickly determined it was a suicide, but I know it wasn't. I don't know where to go from here. You're the only person I know who knows anything about things like this. Just, if you can, please meet me at our old spot down at the river at midnight on Friday. I really need your help, Harvey. Yours, Lily.
What time is it?
It's 11:20 p.m. Friday, August the 18th.
Thank you. I'll be gone for a few hours.
Harvey, I'm glad to see you. How have you been? Is everything all right?
I'm doing well, Lily.
Look, I know it's been a while since we've seen each other, and things didn't end great between us, but this is really serious, Harvey. This is bigger than you and me.
I understand. Just tell me what happened.
It was 5 weeks ago, when my friend Claire and I went to a dinner party hosted at our friend Louis's house. Everything was fine until we heard a scream from Sarah. She was standing at the bathroom door and being hysterical, and we couldn't understand what she was saying until she moved, and there Claire was.
You believe she was murdered? Well, why did the police drop it?
Lack of evidence. There wasn't a murder weapon, and everyone at the party was accounted for, so The police dropped the case.
Do you have the case file from the police's investigation?
Yes.
How many people were at this party?
5.
What are their names?
Sarah, Jack, Lewis, me, and my friend, Claire.
And how does everyone know each other?
Claire and I met in college, and Claire knows Sarah, Jack, and Lewis from work. We used to hang out all the time.
How often do these parties happen?
Every month on the 14th.
Talk to me about the party.
What about it?
Where was it? Anything out of the ordinary? Any specifics about the night?
Well, Lewis usually hosts our get-togethers. He has a house a bit outside the city that he inherited from his parents. It wasn't like how our normal parties are. It was kind of sad and almost weird because we knew it would be the last time we'd hang out as a group before Sarah left for her new job.
What about Claire?
What about her?
How was she?
I don't know. She was normal, I guess.
Did she mention anything to you before she died?
She said she had something to tell me. I asked her what it was, and she said she'd tell me after the party. A few minutes later, she walked into the bathroom.
Do you have any idea if she told anybody else at the party?
No idea.
What about the others? Were they acting strange?
No, not really.
Not Jack or Lewis?
Well, Jack didn't stay for very long anyway. He said he had to leave.
Did he say where he was going?
Said he had to go home. Ever since he and Claire broke up, he started leaving early.
They were dating.
Yes, they broke up around 3 months ago.
Why did they break up?
I don't know. Claire just said they wanted to see other people.
Do you think there's any reason Claire would have committed suicide?
No. No, I mean, I never understood it. Claire was happy. She had a stable job, friends. She was in love with life. She would never do something like that.
Do you remember anything from the crime scene?
Not much. It's all in the police files.
What else can you tell me about the party?
Nothing really. I mean, everything seemed normal until it happened. After that, everything's just a blur.
All right. I think I have everything I need.
Thank you, Harvey. I really appreciate it. Can you take it?
I can do it. I'll keep you updated on anything I'll find. I'll conduct interviews and I'll go from there. I'm sorry about what happened to your friend. I'll do what I can.
Harvey, it was good to see you.
It was good to see you too. Shall we get started? You were attending the party the night Miss Schultz died, am I correct?
Yes.
And what was the occasion of the party?
It was Sarah's last night with the group. She was moving away for work.
It was my going away party. We had it at Lewis's house.
We were meeting up one last time as a group before Sarah left town.
Why were you leaving the city?
I got a job upstate in Saratoga Springs.
What do you do?
I'm an actuary.
And why were you leaving your job in the city?
I felt like I needed to advance my career.
Must have been hard leaving the place where all your friends are.
Yeah, I guess.
Could you give me a rough description of what happened that night?
We ate, drank some, caught up with each other. I had to leave early, so I wasn't there when it happened. Lily was the one who told me.
It was mostly a normal night. We talked, had some drinks. Jack had to leave early as usual, and that's when I noticed that Claire had been in the bathroom for a while, so I knocked, and when she didn't answer, I opened the door, and I saw her there. She was on the floor, and I didn't know what to do. I don't remember much after that.
It was an ordinary dinner party, but before, of course, Claire went in the bathroom. Sarah, I believe, was the one who found her. Poor girl.
Why did you leave the party early, Jack?
I was tired and I haven't been getting enough sleep recently.
What else was in the bathroom?
The sink was on full blast. That's about all I can remember. I shut it off before the police arrived.
Jack was acting a little strange before he left, but before all that happened. I mean, he's usually upbeat, but something felt wrong about the way he acted.
Did you ever notice anything strange? Anything out of the ordinary?
Just before I left, I remember seeing Claire and Lewis enter a room together. There was yelling, but I couldn't quite make anything out. They left looking pretty upset.
You know, you're probably gonna think I'm crazy. I never mentioned it to anyone before, and it's probably nothing, but at around 10, I went to take a phone call, and that's when I saw something move. It was dark, so I could barely make it out, but I swear it was something.
As I mentioned before, Jack was acting a little strange. Not much other than that.
Do you have any idea what Claire and Lewis might have been arguing about?
None. I don't remember anything coming between them before. It was probably just work stuff.
You are sure you saw someone?
I'm not sure.
Where was it, exactly? Where on the property?
It was back behind the fence. Then it moved towards the house.
What did it look like?
It was very large, and it was crouched over something. I guess it could have been a person.
Curious. What do you remember about Claire that night?
She was off.
She wasn't how she usually is.
Claire was fine.
How is she not how she usually is?
It was probably just the argument with Lewis. But even when she arrived, she seemed a little stressed. The talk with Lewis didn't help.
She looked morose. Maybe she was sad about something. She barely even talked to Lily, who she normally has a great time with.
She was fine.
Yes, everyone mentioned after it happened how she was off or something. I think they're just saying things to explain how it happened. Look, Claire was my friend and I didn't see it in her, but sometimes it doesn't make sense. People like to search for answers, especially when they aren't there.
You do not believe she was murdered?
Maybe. All I know is that sometimes there is an explanation.
What was Claire like with you and the other members of the group?
She was nice, friendly to everyone, not just the people in our group. She was a person you felt like you could talk to.
Claire was interesting, happy, always talking to Jack and Lewis.
She was cool, very energetic. I never had any problems with her.
Have there been any romantic relationships between you or anyone else in the group?
3 months ago, I had a relationship with Claire. As for everyone else, I don't think there's been anything.
There haven't been any.
Famously, there was Jack and Claire until they broke up and Claire and Lily got together. And, it's not really...
Wait, Claire and Lily got together after Claire broke up with Jack.
Yes?
How long after her breakup did she get with Lily?
About a month, maybe less.
What day exactly?
It was June 14th. I remember because they announced it when we had our party that month.
Interesting. Thank you. I cut you off. Was there something else?
Yes, it's not really any of my business, and she won't admit it, but Sarah's had a bit of a thing for Jack ever since they started working together.
Thank you. How long was your relationship with Claire?
About 4 months.
How serious was it?
Pretty serious. We met each other's parents, that whole thing.
And why did you break up?
She said she didn't love me anymore. She said she didn't feel that spark she once felt. She said she was moving on. Someone else.
There have been no romantic relationships between you or anyone else in the group?
Correct?
Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
Do you have any idea if anything ended up happening between Sarah and Jack?
Not that I know of. She could never work up the courage to ask him out.
Thank you all for coming. Look at the file Miss Larson gave me again, please. Read the initial police report.
Dispatch received a 911 call at 11:15 p.m. reporting a murder at 305 Crestwood Avenue.
Skip to the crime scene.
Victim Claire Schultz was found dead in the first floor bathroom. The bath mat and sink were covered with the blood of the victim. There was no murder weapon left at the scene.
What did the coroner's report say about the victim's body?
The victim had lacerations across the anterior right and left wrists. The wounds are precise and clean across both radial arteries, clearly done by a sharp object. All evidence indicates a likely suicide. No other injuries noted other than bruising of 2 centimeters in diameter to left lateral neck, just superior to the left clavicle.
It doesn't make sense.
What do you mean?
If she were murdered, it would have been done by someone skilled, someone who practiced. Come here. Look at these incisions. Perfect cuts. The suspect we're looking for is far more skilled than any of ours.
Maybe they've gotten confident. Well, what about the argument that Claire and Lewis had? Or the thing that Sarah saw outside? Or the fact that Jack left early?
Work argument, raccoon. He said he was tired. The thing is, they're all so naive. They're all lying about their girlfriends and crushes and petty arguments. It's schoolgirl gossip. All of it. I mean, we're looking for a killer. Nobody here is killer. To think one of them killed another human being, it's not possible. They don't have it in them.
Kane, give the case to me. Even if it's hopeless, you said you would give me a chance.
Julia, this case. I know her friends think that she was murdered, but they've lied to me about every single thing that they've told me.
I understand. Give me 2 weeks, please.
Look, the woman that gave you this case, she was desperate. I was doing her a favor.
Please.
You asked for this.
Shall we get started? You are all here today, in the same room, all together, because last time, I don't think you fully understood the gravity of the situation you're in. As you're very well aware, on July 14th, your friend Claire Schultz was murdered in the bathroom of a dinner party that all of you attended. Despite this, during your interrogation with Inspector King, all of you lied at some point of your testimony. Unless we start telling the truth, that's 5 years in federal prison. I understand that all of you were friends with Claire. Your honesty is the best chance we have at giving her justice. Let's retry. I think we all agreed it was Miss Morales' going away party. That's a good start. And again, Miss Morales, why are you leaving the city?
I got a job upstate.
A better one. Higher paying?
Yes.
Where?
In Saratoga Springs. It's upstate.
You're going upstate. You're advancing your career in insurance by going upstate. Where are you going to live?
I'm moving in with my parents.
So, you're not advancing anything. You're fleeing from something. What are you fleeing from?
Our friend group. With all the breakups and Claire and Lily dating, you guys said you would still be friends, but it was never the same.
Jack, you left early from the party that night, correct?
Yes.
Why?
I was tired and I had work in the morning.
You all work at the same firm. Is this true?
No, we don't have morning meetings on Saturdays.
I don't have a reason. Sarah was right. Clearly, Lair and I never acted the same after the breakup happened. Hanging out with you guys, it just never felt right again.
Where did you go after you left?
My apartment.
Do you have proof that you weren't at the party when the crime happened?
I came home on the subway. I had tickets somewhere.
Mr. Glazier, you also mentioned that Mr. Murdoch and the victim entered a room privately near the end of your time at the party and apparently got heated.
Yes.
Mr. Murdoch, can you confirm this?
I can.
But you also said you never had any problems with Claire.
Yes, I did.
Why did you feel the need to lie?
My discussion with Claire was about sensitive information regarding our company. I did not feel it was pertinent to Mr. Kane's investigation.
So you will not tell me what you discussed.
No, it's private.
If you can't tell me now, you will do so on trial under oath.
The disagreement had to do with her branch's new budget and the additional work allocated to her team.
Why did the conversation happen after work hours?
Claire received a message that alerted her to the new policy plan.
Why did the disagreement turn to yelling?
Claire felt like I was doing her and her team unfairly and that I was making her life unnecessarily more difficult.
And then,
I told her I was doing my job and I was using the same model I had for the last quarter's budgets. She didn't believe me. She told me she had written a complaint. That's when the yelling started.
can you provide an official fax of the complaint?
Yes.
After your conversation with Claire, what did you do for the rest of the night?
I mostly talked with Lily. My discussion with Claire happened towards the end of the night, so not much happened for, I doubt anyone remembers much.
Thank you, Mr. Murdoch. Ms. Morales, you also mentioned that there had been no romantic relationships between anyone in the group,
I did.
and you know this isn't true.
Yes.
Why did you feel the need to lie?
I don't know.
Mr. Murdoch, do you remember how you described the romantic history of the group?
I believe I said what the truth is. I mentioned Jack and Claire's relationship, their breakup, and Claire and Lily's.
Yes, but you mentioned one other thing. Do you remember what that is?
I do not see how this is relevant to the case.
Excuse me?
I do not see how my friends' relationships are relevant to the case.
That isn't your concern, Mr. Murdoch. It is up to me to decide what is relevant to the case. Please continue.
I mentioned Jack.
Louis, it's fine. I've got it. I know you mentioned my interest in Jack, and I would like to tell you that we're dating now. We started getting closer after Claire's death, and it was too soon to say, but now's a good time.
Really? Because that's great. I mean, how did...
Could everyone please sit down? So, thank you all for coming.
No leads?
They all have explanations. Reasons why they lied or did something suspicious.
That's how it is sometimes.
But there's no evidence that Claire actually killed herself. That's why this doesn't make sense.
Lewis might have been right. Sometimes people don't have reasons.
But there was no murder weapon left at the scene. If it was a suicide, there would be one.
Well, there are ways to get rid of a knife.
Not while you're bleeding out. Besides, why would you? She's gonna be found anyways.
Look, all I'm saying is maybe you need to open up your mind to new possibilities. This is a difficult case, but in this line of work, sometimes giving up is a necessity.
Something happened to her. I need to keep searching.
All right, you know I won't stop you.
Wait, how do you know Lily Larson? The client who gave you the case.
She's an old friend from grad school.
Lily Larson.
Hi, Lily. This is Julia Vaughn. I work with Inspector Kane and his firm. I think we need to talk. Hi, Lily. I'm Julia.
Hi, Julia. It's nice to meet you. How are you? Is everything okay?
Yes, it is. For now. I just need to ask you some more specific questions about the case.
Oh. Okay, I'm happy to help.
Do you mind talking about your relationship with Claire? I know it's really recent. And I don't wanna-
Yes. It's okay. I have nothing to be ashamed of about our relationship.
Your relationship. How did it happen? You know, being friends for so long.
Well, for me, our connection was instant. We met in college. She was in my dorm. I quickly got to know her and we became friends. Her presence, her energy was special. When she laughed, it felt like it reverberated through the floors and bounced off the walls. Claire was smart, funny. I mean, I wasn't the only one who had a crush on her. So, we stayed friends until June when she broke up with her boyfriend at the time, Jack, and told me that she felt the same way that I did. We dated for a few months before she died.
Were you dating anyone when Claire told you how she felt?
Well, yes, you know him, of course. Harvey.
Really? He just said that
Oh, yes. I mean, I really felt bad for him. None of it was his fault.
How serious was your relationship with him?
Very. We started dating just after grad school, which was about 3 years ago.
How did you meet him?
At a party, funny enough, through a coworker.
How did he react after you broke the news to him?
Not very well, as I'm sure you can imagine. You know, he's not a very emotional guy, but he was really hurt. He wouldn't leave his apartment for days. I was the only one that could talk him out of leaving.
Well, what was he saying?
All sorts of things. He wasn't in the right state of mind.
Did you remain in contact with him after?
No, not really. I never tried to reach out, and I don't think he did either until this case, of course.
When you told Harvey that you were breaking up with him, did you tell him you were getting together with Claire?
Yes. He didn't like it.
Really? He told me and the members of your group that you hadn't. He actually wouldn't tell me anything about you, in fact. Lily, I think Harvey killed Claire.
What? No, he didn't.
I did another interview of your friends and they were lying, but for other reasons. I was completely out of options until Kane came in. He really wanted me to drop the case, and I was until I saw your profile. I asked how he knew you, and he said that you were an old friend. So I started to connect the dots, and it all lined up.
No, he couldn't have. Not Kane.
Come, I'll show you. In June, you two broke up, and a month later, Claire was found dead. Exactly a month later. Now, you broke up with Harvey on the 13th and announced your relationship with Claire on the 14th during your monthly party. Now, Kane knew about these parties, so he made a plan. Because he consulted for the state, he could have easily found Louis Murdoch's address. All he had to do was practice how he could do it. It was summer, so he knew the window would be open. So he came in through the open window, subdued Claire, turned on the sink to reduce any noise, killed her, and then left. Only Claire saw him. Only he could have done it.
No, he couldn't have. Not Harvey. No, I knew he was upset. But he couldn't.
Take a seat.
Why'd you do it?
How do you figure it out?
It was just as you said. None of them are killers. None of them had the motive. Except you. After I talked with Lily, it became clear.
Talked with Lily. Nice work. I was afraid of that.
Why'd you do it?
I couldn't handle it. Her being with someone else and all.
So your solution was to kill that someone else?
You don't understand.
Clearly I don't, Harvey. She's dead from your knife. She was innocent, Harvey, innocent. Those perfect cuts you thought were clean. You got cocky. You're just as sloppy as those suspects you call idiots. You know what? After all this, what never made sense to me, you had it all perfect. You left not one shred of physical evidence. You made it so that there was not one soul on earth who thought it was you. And when Lily wrote to you about the case, all you had to do was say you couldn't take it. Why didn't you? It could have been over from the start. Oh my God, you thought you could win her back. That's why you had to take it. Give her the grand investigation that she wanted, and in the end say there was nothing more you could do. Use that to get nice and cozy with her, right? That's why you did it?
She was everything! And I am nothing without her, and she is nothing without me. I did what I had to, for her.
Obsession!
We were in love. I was gonna propose, we were gonna get married. So I made a choice. I was not going to stand around while the love of my life made the worst decision she'd ever make. I've been without her before.
You're repulsive! Think about those suspects. Jack and Sarah, what they have is love. Normal people love. What you have is obsession. And you did it because you're weak and you can't handle not being the center of the universe for once. Not everything is about you, Kane. Her leaving you wasn't a mistake. It was a choice, just as you made yours. She was happy. Now all of it is over because of you.
So be it.
Do you know what I gave up to be your goddamn assistant? I was the best student out of my class. I was offered a 6-figure job as a federal agent. I would have had my own office, my own goddamn secretary, but I didn't accept it because Harvey Kane was hiring the best inspector in the world, everyone said. This wasn't how it was supposed to go. I was gonna solve the case and you were gonna trust me more and give me more cases to solve and make me your partner, and then I would leave and do my own thing. That's all I ever wanted.
I shouldn't have dragged you into this. I tried to...
It's too late. You shouldn't have done it. That's all you have to say. I'm gonna go. You don't have much time till the police arrive, and I gave them your place, so don't bother running.
Julia. I'm sorry.
It's over.
think y'all can assume where we are. You can't, you might need glasses. Anyway, this is a tavern. That's right, a tavern. No castles or mythical forests, just a tavern. Like this guy, Johnny, is a totally normal guy. Owns the place and works all day. He loves it. I think I'm getting off topic. Our little knot in time begins here, where Johnny's gonna be serving up his favorite customers, the sheriff and deputy of opportunity. Let me just grab a seat and make myself comfy.
Blasted water people wasting my time again. I can't believe how much this gosh darn town needs to pay for water. I mean, that's the entire reason why I was late paying. We live right next to the Osprey River, for crying out loud. I'm here to deliver justice for this town, not money for some gosh darn water.
Cass, I'm pretty sure we need water to, live. It is vital that all residents in Opportunity have proper sustenance.
Right. Sustenance. Now, what does that word mean again? My old noggin ain't all,
Well, that ain't my favorite deputy and sheriff opportunity.
I thought we was the only sheriff and deputy Opportunity's got.
Y'all are, as far as I'm concerned. What's in store for you two good doers?
Just some financial forms and documents to fill out, along with more bills to pay. Sheriff Cass is quite morose after another week of no action, thank goodness.
Well, don't y'all worry, nothing comes up. This means you're doing your job, we're darn well. Anyway, this means you're gonna have to keep it company for the quiet morning hours of this place.
Well, that's not the problem, Jeremy. I want some action before I retire. I want to go down while putting up a fight, if you're catching my drift.
You! Give me a drink!
I'd love to. But I know what you want, given you're in a regular in these parts.
Anything'll do, so move it! What tarnation is this? Mud? Do you serve this to all your newcomers, or is this the special of the day?
Goodness me! Someone with a sense of humor! Anyway, you're close, sweetheart.
Our sheriff was a little late paying the town's water bill, hence our supplies at quite the low right now. During his time here, he's developed more of a laissez-faire type of attitude over the years.
I'm not sure what that Spanish means, 4 eyes, but whatever. You!
Me?
Yeah! You! I was gonna take your town's cash, but now I'm gonna take the entire town! Not because I'm a bandit or anything, but because your role here has made this town a laughingstock of the West. You and me, high noon. We're gonna do this the old-fashioned way.
Aren't we technically in the time period of old-fashioned?
Cram it!
Ouch! Gosh, that hurt my eardrum!
Well, you seem pretty rude.
Trying to steal my job and kill me?
Well, yeah. More importantly, she didn't pay for a drink.
Ah, yes. Quite the typical scene, am I right? The doctor's office. That's calm environment. Quiet. Ah, whoops. Wrong office. This is a doctor's office, but it's the Office of Opportunities, one and only, Dr. Krause. Usually a bit hectic in here. Regardless, the gang's in here to discuss what to do with Rouge because somehow Todd's ears were too weak to handle all her yelling. Gosh, what a whip. However, Todd might regret his overreacting once he meets the unhinged Dr. Krause.
Whoa! Prepare for your examination! Oh, sorry. Since the line I heard someone use one time. I am totally sane and most definitely have a PhD. Similarities for reflexes.
Well, darn, boys. What are we gonna do about our little bandit situation?
While I am your deputy sheriff, I believe this injury will hold back my abilities. Even if the situation endangers the entirety of Opportunity, I believe you are more than capable of handling this by yourself.
Here's some gauze.
I don't think that'll heal an injury of this magnitude, Doctor.
Ah, well, guess I'll just have to cut off your ears.
You can do that?
Yes, it's quite easy. All you do is...
I love God! Well, now that that's all settled, how am I gonna deal with that fiery lass?
I think you're just gonna have to tough this out, Cass. I mean, you were talking earlier about how much you wanted more action. Well, what exactly is holding you back from this?
He has a point, Cass.
Well, maybe y'all are right. I did want more action. I guess it's just been so long since anything has actually happened here in this fine town. So long, in fact, that, well, I might be scared of having action. I need to get ready to face this scenario head on.
That is very good to hear, Cass. Now then, Todd, I need to inject this here needle. If you would stick out your leg, please.
Don't you put that below my deltoid?
Mr. Todd, I know that the absence of my PhD is frightening, but I have the confidence that I know what I'm doing. So please stick out your leg so I can...
Did you just say you don't have your degree?
No.
Oh! Oh!
I'm glad that we were able to get things sorted out. Now then, how
I beg your pardon.
I don't think we speak German, por favor.
found the camp, DC?
Oh, he's just very impolitely telling us skedaddle. Why'd you say so, Fran? Come on, Phyllis.
Thank you, Doctor.
How in the hell does that bartender know French?
Don't worry, we're still in this town, just outside. This is Opportunity. Quite the typical town, am I right? About this. It's crazy to think what some simple name calling and not paying for drinks can lead to. If it were me, I would have just brought them together and had them talk it out with some drinks. Of course, have them pay for it after. Regardless, guess that's what you gotta do when your sheriff's a dummy. Not a psychologist or nothing, just a narrator.
So you came.
Of course. I can't let your forgetful, senile self run this here establishment, you're either gonna go to two places, a retirement home or a hole in the ground.
Are there even retirement homes during this time?
I think so. Oh, whatever. You get what I mean.
I guess. Also, ma'am, I'll let you know I'm only 55.
Whatever. I don't care if you're 55, 100, or you were born 3 minutes ago. I am stealing your role here in opportunity. I mean, if you can't do the job, then why the heck do you keep doing it?
That's a mighty good question. I think it's for the money. Or no. For the justice. No, that isn't it. I can't remember.
I don't know if I should be more angry or surprised at this point. Let's just draw our guns and
guns? I didn't think we were going to be having ourselves a little old duel. Is that why you wanted me to bring old Betty Todd?
Yeah. She said she wanted to do things the old-fashioned way. I thought the shootout was assumed when she said that.
Do you not bring your gun everywhere you go? You're the sheriff! You're supposed to bring justice to the wrongdoers! You're gonna need your gun if you're gonna stop them! You know what? Hey.
Thank you, Missy. Oh, you got yourself a nice firearm here. A Demington, I presume?
Well, besides your occasional stupidity. Good eye, old timer. It's one of the newer models.
I'm starting to get tired watching tumbleweeds roll, y'all. Plus, I think the crowd's starting to get bored. Didn't y'all say this was gonna start at high noon? It's 2:30 and y'all still haven't gotten climactic. Here, I helped by playing a little song I wrote on the door. Roses are tender.
Cass, what the devil are you doing?
Testing to see if it was jammed. Ooh, it's been a while since I shot at Demington.
Revolvers don't jam, Cass.
You know, I'm starting to think that what I'm doing is better not only for this town, but for the greater good of humanity. I mean, jeez, the amount of things that you recall and don't recall is absurd. Look, I might be a bandit, but professionals have standards.
Ironic.
I'm gonna turn your four-eyed self into a cyclops!
Can y'all please get this over with? I got a tavern to run.
Sorry.
I'll bet $20 on the sheriff.
Same here.
Dog, I'll bet $20 on rouge winning.
For someone who's the deputy of this town, Todd, you're seeming pretty glass half empty-ish to me.
Pessimistic? Yeah, that word.
We're all in good hands.
Thank the sun in the sky, he was!
Now listen here, you bad-mouthing bandit. I want you to do 3 little things for me before I draw back this pistol.
Go on with them.
Number 1, I want you to apologize for calling me an old-timer.
Well, I'm not really sorry, but sure. Sorry, Sheriff. I'm sure you're in perfect condition to do your job.
Now, number 2, I want you to go to Dr. Krause's office, get treatment, and then tell him you're sorry for causing him trouble.
You'll have a doctor in this town. Oh, that's just dandy. I cannot wait to meet him.
Nein! Not another patient, stupid Schweinhunds!
Lovely.
Actually, he's pretty good at his job. I mean, he fixed Timothy's knee last week and walked just fine. I got surgery from about a month ago. Only issue you ran out stitches, that he's more creative methods.
That's just lovely.
Thirdly, you gotta pay for your drink, regardless of how bad it was.
That's your fault, Cass.
Shut up.
Has the price of mud inflated in this town? Because I thought paying with a 20 would suffice for both the drink and the tip.
Oh, 20. You ran off without paying a cent.
Has the mud you make gone to your brain, or did you forget? Professionals have standards. I would never disrespect someone who's given me proper sustenance or a place to stay. I left it under the mud. Did you even look?
I would have if you told me.
Bandits don't do that.
Fair point.
Now, lastly.
Hey! You said 3.
Can I?
Well, I am at gunpoint, so what the heck?
Lastly, Rouge, I want you to be my deputy.
What? Why is everyone so quiet? The plot is thickening.
Sir, but I'm already the deputy. To my knowledge, can't there only be one deputy?
I think, but, well, I'm doing this because I need an accountant. The office needs someone to manage its money, and, well, I think it should be you, Todd.
I'd be grateful to, Cass, because I seriously was about to throw away my degree.
Well, Rouge, what do you think?
I don't think so, Sheriff. No job could ever get me out of it. What do you want for, Okay. Really? Well, what's in it for me? I'll consider it. On second thought, Cass, sign me up.
What a nice ending, don't you think? A life for those 5 changed to some extent. Todd Cass stayed sheriff and retired at the age of 82.
Yo!
Rouge left being a bandit, became deputy, eventually the sheriff. Todd became an accountant.
Look, I hate to burst your bubble, friend, but we all want to get home now. We're all pretty tired.
Yeah, I don't know. Have a bullet in my leg that needs treatment.
Sorry. What a bunch of ashlohas. I mean, I was trying to go as fast as I could. Learned that word from Dr. Krause. Well, I reckon that's that.
Hello? Mother, what is it? What? I'm sorry. What happened? Mother, I can't go. I just got back. I'm really tired right now. Let me call you in the morning. I'll talk to you soon. Why do I feel this way?
Hey! Come on, Julia. This is no time to fall asleep, at least not while I'm here. Why don't we play a while, huh?
Why do you have that horrible habit of sneaking up on me? I need some sleep, especially tonight. Please, just leave me alone.
Leave us alone? How can I? I'd much rather play with us. Hey, what's that? What is all this stuff? It looks so boring.
Stop that! It's like House 103 homework and I don't need to ruin it. How are you even able to move this stuff anyways? That shouldn't be possible.
Don't worry about that. Why are we even studying that anyways?
That's a great question I'd rather not answer.
I thought we liked French and history, and we love philosophy because teachers doesn't grade off the wrong answer. Or who's that author we've been studying that you think is following us around?
Why are you even here? Just to torment me?
No. At least it's too early night for that. All I wanted was someone to talk to.
Oh, how noble of you.
No need to thank me. I know I'm your very best friend. Hey, where are you going with that?
I'm putting this away from you where you can't get to it. What are you doing?
Oh, this isn't very comfortable at all. How do we sleep on this?
Well, the bed isn't the only thing keeping me awake.
All right. No reason to get so pointed. So, go on, tell us. What did Mother say? We all want to know.
Don't ask questions you already know the answers to. There's no point in telling you.
Yes, but what I suppose I'm saying is, I want to hear it from you. That makes it all the more exciting, all the more exhilarating. And when you say it to me, it makes it all the more real. You speak it, and I'll listen. Tell it to me, and I, as your witness, shall make it real. Whatever it is that you feel, and whatever it is that you are. So go on. Tell me, what did Mother say?
I don't want to talk about it. Especially not to you.
What? Why not? Wait a moment. Does it have some power over you? Oh yes, that isn't it? You don't know how to feel. You must terribly fierce. Is it agonizing? Or, better yet, are you happy? And does that make you feel so guilt-ridden that you want to cry? Or, do you not know how to feel? Oh, you must tell me.
If you keep talking, I'll call upon Simon to erase you entirely.
No, there's no need for that. I was simply, well, if you don't want to talk about that, we'll talk about whatever you like, since we're already up.
It's fine. I can't really blame you, I guess. Though I suppose you were right. I didn't know how to feel, so I guess I ended up not feeling anything at all.
Don't worry about that. Here, do you want me to cheer you up?
Cheer me up or distract me?
Remember when we first met? You were in the room with the red walls? You sat there the entire summer, didn't have to talk or deal with anyone. You could stretch out your arms, relax, and watch cartoons on an old TV. And whenever you thought about the outside world, I came to comfort you. Then you could go back to watching TV all summer long.
I suppose it was nice to be away from it all, but I was still lonely.
Julia, do you remember when you moved away from the red room? When they moved you away for middle school? You didn't know anybody there. That didn't stop one of the boys from coming up to you and saying hello. Yes, he was a good friend, better than any other you'd had. He'd walk you around like a dog, let you play as needed and keep to yourself when you wished, which was evidently all the time. And he had such a glowing personality. He'd tell you all his filthy little secrets until you and him felt the same person.
Until one day, do you remember after his mama died, he came to talk to you. And he pulled up his sleeve and showed all the bubbling bruises dancing down his arm. He showed them to you like some kind of achievement, like he was proud. And all you could say was how cool you thought it was. Julia, do you remember after that boy moved away, the new girl in high school? She had come from some faraway place and didn't know anybody there. Kind of like you. But that didn't stop her. When she saw you in the back of the bus, she came to talk to you. She said she'd heard about you from somebody else, which you didn't question, of course. And she said she needed some advice on her special predicament. You did try to console her, of course. You could tell she was on the edge. But you felt the distance between the two of you was too large, and she looked all the more worried. She thanked you nonetheless and went on her way. But do you remember, Julia? Whatever happened to her? Do you remember what you couldn't do?
No, I don't remember that.
Then tell us, what do you remember?
I remember my mother tucking me in one night, but it was too early to go to bed. So, she hummed this pretty song to get me to go to sleep. Every time I try to remember that melody in my head, at some point it just stops, and I can't remember the rest. Then, the pretty song just starts over again. What's the point of telling these stories?
The point? Does there need to be a point? We're telling stories for storytelling's sake. But I suppose if there must be a point, that perhaps things don't need to be so clear. Perhaps it might just be natural to want to get stuck in all those precious memories, to leave the world behind and act as you will. So why not indulge yourself in that wonderful misery?
That is more than enough, you foul creature.
Mirastel, what has awoken you from the resounding reverberations? Julia, send this one back already. There's no need to include the other 45.
Don't listen to this cur. I'm here now.
Julia, you won't stand for this, will you? Send this one away already.
Leave us, Anastasia, or I'll call upon Simon.
Fine. I'll leave for now. But don't come crawling back to me when your brain implodes from boredom.
Great. Now that he's gone, tell us what's the matter. Here, come sit down.
There's no point in telling you. You already know as much as I do.
Yes, I suppose that's true, but that doesn't mean that saying it won't help. Please, Julia, come sit with me. You seem upset.
I'm fine. Just a little tired, that's all.
But that's the problem, isn't it?
I suppose I was afraid of feeling like this. Not feeling at all, I mean. I've always thought that if I could feel things, then I could be like everyone else. But now my feelings seem to fade from me.
Julia, do you remember the day that I came into being? You were outside in the cold with the flashing lights of those cars, and then you saw your mother sitting in the corner. So you went and sat next to her. Then you started humming that same melody she used to sing to you. And whenever you forgot the notes, I'd come in to help start again. Do you remember? Do you remember that young girl, the one that Anastasia said your words couldn't reach? Well, he may have been right about the words, but after that, when she was in the hospital, you came to visit her. You couldn't say anything, but that was all right. You still felt connected and did what you could to comfort another person. Julia, connection to others isn't impossible. We've been with you a long time, Julia, and the fact that you carry us all around with you must prove something. We're a burden, Julia, a burden that you carry to make yourself a better person. Don't you believe me?
No, I don't believe you.
What do you mean?
What if you're wrong? What am I without my feelings? Without my emotions, how can I know that I'll ever remember? I'll be stuck like this. Then what will people see if they look upon me? I would be inhuman!
Please stop! Don't say such awful things. Please don't say them. I can't take it. I know you. You love the world so much it aches. Anastasia has spoiled your mind. Don't become what you fear you are, but be what you will become. I know that as a person of love and kindness.
Mirsto, please, what has become of me? I need you to tell me who I am.
Oh, my sweet Julia. Here, you need to be taking this. You told us once a day, remember?
I know. But if I take this and I can't see you anymore, and I need you.
Julia, stop being silly. I help you, you know that. I can give it to you with a kiss if you'd like. You know how rarely I take this form for you to capitalize on. Then I can help you to bed.
That's all right. I think I can take it on my own.
Got to get going back to the fold now, okay?
What? No, you have to stay here. I need you.
Don't be like that, Julia. You can always send out Jessica if you need her. She's always a little closer to the surface than I am.
Thank you, Mirsto. Sincerely.
Of course, Julia. We're here to talk with you, and try not to feel so worried about telling others how you feel. It's not like you have to present it to the whole world.
Yeah, I know.
And Julia, you know it can't stay this way forever, right?
Yes. But why can't it?
Even in a mirror that shows your exact reflection, you cannot see yourself. You need others, no matter how kind or cruel, Julia. Your eyes can never truly see themselves unless they're in the eyes of another.
But will they see you?
Well, they will see you, whatever that may be. All right, I really need to be going. I've already overstayed my welcome. For now, don't be afraid to call upon us. We're here for you, especially if that foul Anastasia rears his head. Speaking of which, look what the rats have dug up. What are you hiding?
Nothing. What could you possibly be accusing me of?
Oh, I don't need anything specific. You're always up to something malicious.
Hey, I'm only here because I wanted to see you. I missed you.
Oh, you missed me. Missed me like the tree misses the axe, I'm sure. What are you holding?
Nothing. See, I'm innocent. It's you who's paranoid.
You know how you make my blood boil.
Oh, has someone gotten a little mad? You were so prone to meltdowns.
Julia, please don't listen to whatever this illusion has to say. Whatever it is, it will surely be as frivolous as Anastasia himself. I'll be leaving now. And Julia, you know you shouldn't take such dangerous objects around with you.
What? I didn't.
Wonderful. Now that she's gone, we can return to how things should be. Just the two of us.
I remember something. I remember when I got home from school one day.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I remember when I got home, my father was sitting alone in the dark, weeping. This man, who hated me for a single tear, was bawling. And the walls of that old house kept whispering to me.
All right, that's enough of that.
And I remember when my grandfather died, and my mother got his old record player. And she'd dance to those hallowed songs late at night after everyone else had already gone to bed. And she'd keep dancing. And she was so beautiful. But the music was so terribly sad. Sometimes I'll dream of her dancing to that song, but I can never finish the dream.
Stop that!
I've always wondered what that song meant, but now I think I know. I understand now. I understand, and yet I still don't know how to feel.
Hey, give me that. You don't need that stupid little thing.
Why did you do that?
Julia, remember when you drove across the country, seeing whatever you could just to get away from it all? You stopped someplace along the Grand Canyon, a place tourists never went, and went up to the edge. You got as close as you could without falling off, and yet you were never going to jump. At least, you didn't think so.
Where are you going with this?
Julia, remember when you drove back across the Great Plains? You saw this terrible storm on the horizon. But instead of running away, you chased after it. You got as close as you could to those swirling winds without being sucked in. This wasn't a drive for adrenaline. No, this was something far more. This was the experience of living. Once you got to that storm, you got out of your car, rain slamming into your face, and you screamed! You screamed so loud! And yet, in the winds of that storm, you couldn't hear a sound you made. You couldn't hear yourself, let alone another person. to stand upon the precipice of this world is exhilarating. But you will never understand the winds of the storm, the depths of the canyon. So why try, Julia? You don't understand, and you never will.
Your stories have never made any sense.
Am I not getting through to you?
Are you trying to?
What do you think you are? You are, then you aren't, but throughout, you are forever bound to your own mind. You can never understand what lies outside yourself, and no one can experience you as you are. Who cares about humanity? Them, look at them, all whispering amongst themselves like an impolite audience. They're all here to see you, Julia, watching you. You don't need anyone else.
Maybe you're right. In fact, this time I don't think I can deny it. Yet as horrible and as awful as that is, even though others could never truly know me, being with them makes my emotions real. I could make you real. I could be real. Maybe, just maybe I could even be human.
You're a fool, Julia. I won't let you leave.
Let me go!
Why can't you see? You'll never understand.
Jules, it is time to rest, my love. The end has not come yet, but for now you shall rest to await another day.
Hey, Julia, are you in there? It's past time we can move on.
Hey, sorry, I guess I lost track of time. Let me get my stuff together and then we can go.
Yeah, it looks like you just got out of bed.
Did you sleep in that horrible bed again, Julia? I told you to ask for a better one. I mean, you've got to take better care of yourself.
Yeah, sorry. I'll make a note of it. Let me just get my stuff.
Even Julia doesn't look so good.
I'm sure she's fine. Just get in the car so we can get out of here faster.
All right, but please ask her if she's doing okay.
Sure, just get in the car.
Be serious, Ethan. Julia needs to hear you ask it sincerely.
All right, I said I would.
Hey, sorry, I just had to make sure I wasn't forgetting anything.
Hey, Ray's in the car waiting for us, and Julia, you've nothing to be sorry for. Julia?
Yeah, sorry.
Are you, doing okay? Ray wanted me to ask, you see.
Well, not the best, I guess.
What's, been going on?
Do you really want to know?
I, suppose I do.
I received a phone call from my mother last night. My father has died. It wasn't that unexpected. He'd been having more and more health issues up to now. They're having his funeral today, but I can't go. He lived too far away, and I'm busy with you two today, and well, maybe those are just excuses. Maybe the truth is that I don't want to go. I think I loved my father if he really pushed me to it. Maybe not the same as everyone else, though. It's been so long since I'd seen him that Every time I try to imagine what he looks like, his face, his eyes, his soul, something keeps me from it. I can't do it. And he's died today. Soon enough, he'll be buried, and all I'll have is the occasional picture if I ever return home. It's funny how such a busy person can fade so quickly. It creates such a mess with their leaving. I think some part of my mother's happy not having to look at him anymore. Though I think she's mostly sad. And I think I'm sad too, because I know other people will be. But most of all, I didn't really feel much at all. It's like total indifference. I fear maybe that's just what I am. Indifferent. Without my emotions, what life can I live? To weep is not just to show sorrow. It reveals you're human, that you can feel. And I don't want my father's death to be marked by my inhumanity. But I suppose I've done some thinking. Maybe it's all right for me to be this way. I just figured I may as well tell somebody.
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you. Maybe we could cheer you up?
Yeah, I think we could.
It is not time for you to leave us, but when you do, go out into the world and find someone to share it with.
Once upon a time, there were two families, the Lovelaces and the Stevenses. See, these families have lived in the same area for multiple generations. In fact, they were neighbors. Seldom had there been any conflict between the families, as they had always found each other tolerable, if not welcoming and nice. But even though they coexisted for quite some time, they had always remained separate, and never had Loveless married a Stephenson. There was no reason for this, just simply put, a Loveless was always lacking love for a Stephenson. That was until Ethan Loveless came around.
Hello, gentlemen. I was wondering if you could assist me. I'm looking for Mrs. Stevens.
Apologies, sir. Mrs. Stevenson does not have a son, only a daughter. And to you, it's Mrs. Stephanie Stevenson, not Steph.
Pardon me, I think you may have misheard me. I'm looking for Stephanie Stevenson, not Steve's son.
Sir, I don't think you've heard, but as stated, Miss Stevenson does not have a son. There is no Steph and son.
Just bring me the mother, Stephanie.
Certainly, sir. Why did you just ask?
My dear Ethan Loveless! I'm extremely glad to see you here, dear boy. Not this is a surprise. How are you?
I'm well, Miss Stevenson. And how are you getting on?
We're just getting by somehow. Sit down, please do. Why so formal? What's the occasion? Are you going somewhere?
No, I've only come here to see you, Mrs. Stevenson.
Why are you in Sunday clothes, my boy? It's as if you were celebrating something.
Well, it's funny you say that. You see, I've come here with a request. It's not the first time I've come to ask you for help, and you've always, so to speak, I'm sorry. I'm very nervous, as you can see. I'm gonna take a drink of water if you don't mind.
If he's come to borrow money, he'll be sorely disappointed. What is it, my dear friend?
Well, okay. Mrs. Stevenson, Mrs. Stepson, Mrs. Stun, Mrs. I'm sorry, I'm shaking from head to toe, as you can see. Okay. I've come here. You see, only you can help me. Not that I deserve it, but I have any right to expect your assistance. You know what? I might as well just see myself out. Good day, madame. Au revoir.
Don't beat around the bush, boy. Spit it out. Well?
All right. Just give me a minute. I have come here to ask for the hand of your daughter, Natalie Stevenson, in marriage.
Oh, dear God, heaven! Even Loveless. Can you say that again? I'm not sure I heard all that.
I've come here to ask for the hand of your daughter.
Oh, my dear boy. Yes, indeed. I've been hoping for this day for a long time. You've always been like a son to me. God bless you both and all that. Look at me, blabbering on like an idiot. You rascal. I'll go call Natalie.
Do you think she'll accept?
Why, of course she'll accept. She's in love. I won't be long.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you and all that. Oh my God! It's so cold! Oh, I've got to get myself together. Oh. If I hesitate, I'm finished. If I take time to find an ideal wife or look for true love, then I may never get married. God, it's so cold. Oh, Natalie Stevenson's an excellent housekeeper. She's not bad looking and she went to school. What more do I want? Oh, I'm getting that ringing in my ears again. But in any case, I've got to get married. You know, I have to live a quiet life with no upsets and I'm suffering from palpitations. Oh, my right eyebrow's twitching. I'm getting a pull in my left leg. But worst of all is the sleep and the lack of it. As soon as my head hits the pillow, I feel a pull in my left side and my shoulder and my head. And then I jump up like a lunatic, walk around a bit, and then I lay back down. But as soon as I start to drift off to sleep, there's another pull. Oh, and this happens 20 times every single night. Until by the morning, I may find myself dizzy, and I just might pass out.
Well, hello there. Oh, it's only you. What a nice surprise. Mama said, go inside. There's a salesman coming by to collect his goods. How you been, Ethan Loveless?
I've been well, Miss Natalie.
Well, you must excuse my apron. I've been baking with the butlers. It's been so long since I've seen you. Please sit down. Won't you join us for lunch?
No, thank you. I've already had some. Well, nice weather today, ain't it?
Oh, yes! The weather's glorious today, but yesterday it was so wet that the field hands couldn't do anything all day. How much hay have you stacked? Actually, I got a bit enthusiastic and had the whole field cut, but
Now I'm regretting it because I'm afraid that the hay may rot. Should I have waited a bit? Yes, I ought to have waited a bit. But look at you. Why, you're in evening dress. Well, you do look nice. Are you going to a party? I do love a party. Tell me.
Miss Stevenson, I've come here to see if you would, to ask you to hear me out. Of course, you may be a little bit surprised by what I have to say, maybe even a little bit upset. God, it's so cold! Ugh.
What's the matter? Well,
I shall try to keep this brief. As you know, I have long since my childhood known your family. My aunt and uncle from whom I've inherited my land. I've long respected your late father and mother. The Lovelesses and the Stevensons have always had a friendly, and some might even say affectionate relationship. We are close neighbors. My land touches your land, my meadows touch your birchwoods.
One moment, please. Pardon the interruption, but you said my meadows. But are they yours?
Yes, they are mine.
Well, I never heard that before. Where'd you make that out?
They're mine.
It's not true, they're ours.
Well, I have the papers, Miss Stevenson.
Oh, I see. This is all a big joke.
No joke, fair Natalie. See, right here.
We've had the land for nearly 300 years, and now you're telling us that it ain't ours? I can hardly believe your behavior. The meadows aren't valuable. They only come to about 12 acres, but that's not the point.
They're mine.
Ours! You can go on until you're blue in the face, and you can wear 15 dress jackets, but I tell you, they're ours!
Now wait. The meadows aren't valuable to me, but I am acting on principle. I can give them to you as a gift if you like.
If there's any giving to do, I'll do it. Because they're mine! I don't want anything of yours, and I won't be giving up anything of mine. Up until this, we had thought of you as a good neighbor and friend. But now you treat us as if we were swine. Giving me my own land? Indeed! In fact, I don't think it's neighborly at all. I think it's downright insulting.
Now, hold on a minute. Are you accusing me of land grabbing? Never in my life have I land grabbed. And I don't intend to be accused of doing so. The meadows are mine.
It's not true, they're ours.
They're mine.
That's a lie. And I'll prove it. I'll send the workers out to the meadow this very day.
Well, if you send them out to the meadow, I'll have them arrested. I'll put them in jail. Oh, I'll have them shot if they step foot on my land. The meadows are mine. You understand? Mine.
Ours.
They're mine.
Ours.
They're mine.
Ours.
Mine. Oh.
What is going on? What's all this shout for? Mama, please tell this gentleman who owns the meadows, him or us. The meadows are ours.
Well, how can they be yours? Miss Stevenson, please be a reasonable woman. My great aunt, from whom, the land has been passed down to me, gave the land to your father's servants. They used the land for 40 years and got accustomed to it as if it was their own. But what happened was...
Excuse me, you have forgotten that the peasants didn't pay your grandmother and all that because the meadows were in dispute and so on. Now every dog in the village knows they're ours. It means you haven't seen the survey plans.
I'll prove it to you.
You won't prove it.
I shall. Now, if you look here, Now, okay, all right, here, right.
You won't prove anything by yelling. I don't want anything of yours, and I don't intend to give you anything of mine. Why should I? Furthermore, if you continue to go on arguing about it, I'd just as soon as give the meadows over to the peasants, so there.
What? I don't understand. How can you give away somebody else's land?
I'll decide whether I have the right to or not. Because, young man, I'm not used to being spoken to in that tone of voice. And I, young man, am many years your senior, and I ask that you speak to me without getting yourself into a state and so on.
No, you think I'm a fool. You want to take advantage of me. You call my land yours, and then you want me to talk to you in a kind and respectful manner. That's not good neighborly behavior. You're not good neighbors. You're filthy landgrabbers.
The meadows are ours. We'll never give them up. Never, never, never.
We'll see. I'll take it to court, and then we'll see who the matters truly belong to.
To court? You can go ahead and take it to court. By all means do. I know you. Your family's famous for suing anybody and everybody. Those money grabbers.
Don't dare bring my family into this. The Lovelesses have always been good and law-abiding citizens. Unlike some I won't mention. Like your grandfather, who was arrested for embezzlement, for instance.
You Lovelaces are crazy. All of you. Your grandfather was nothing more than a drunk.
And your mother was a hunchback. My heart. I'm suffering from palpitations.
Your father was a gambler and a cheat.
And your aunt was a gossiper and a cattle herder.
Well, at least my family can choose a good plot of land. If only they hadn't chosen it next to some no-good, land-stealing neighbors.
If you want something of ours, then take this.
Oh, my leg! You're right! And my heart! Oh, and it's an open secret. And for one last selection, your family Oh, my eyes gone blurry. Where's my hat? Oh.
It's low. It's dishonest. It's mean.
And you're just a malicious, two-faced liar. Yes!
Oh, here's my hat. Oh, my heart! I think I'm tired. My legs y'all numb. Where's the door?
Don't you ever set foot in my house again.
Take it to court. We'll see.
He can go to heck.
Creep, crook, the monster. First, he takes our land, and then he's got the nerve to abuse us.
And to think the jackrabbit had the confounding nerve to make a proposal.
What proposal?
Well, he came here to propose to you.
Proposed to me? Why didn't you tell me that before?
That's why he was dressed in the silly suit and all that stuffed sausage.
Proposed to me? Oh my God, get him back!
Make him come back!
Oh my God, please bring him back to me! Oh my God, please make him come back! Quick, I'm going to die! Go home, get him!
Don't yell, they're going!
To die!
I told you they're going. What a burden, Lord, to be the mother of a grown-up daughter. We cursed him, abused him, and drove him out. And it's all you're doing. Yours.
No, it's yours!
I told you, it is not my fault. Now, you can speak to him yourself.
Oh, my heart is pounding. I get a ring in my ear again. Oh, my left leg is numb.
Forgive us, Ethan Loveless. We were all a bit heated. I remember now. The meadows are yours.
Oh, my heart's pounding. Oh, my meadows. Both eyebrows are twitching now. Oh, my God.
Yes, your meadows. Now please sit down.
I was acting on principle. The meadows don't mean much to me, but the principle.
Yes, the principle. Now, let's talk about something else.
I have the evidence, you see.
Yes.
My ex-grandmother gave the land to your grandfather's son.
Yes.
And what happened was that
Will you be going hunting anytime soon?
Well, I'm thinking of having to go with the geese after the harvest season's up. Oh, have you heard? It's a shame, but my dog Scratch is going with me.
Oh, what a pity. How'd that happen?
He must have gotten his leg twisted, bitten by another dog or something. I don't really know. He's my best dog, to say nothing of how much it cost me. I snagged him for $300.
$300? Ethan Loveless, you were robbed.
He's my best dog. It was a bargain.
Papa got his dog Itch for only $85, and Itch is much better than Scratch.
It's better than Scratch? By what measure? It's better than Scratch.
Of course he's better. My Itch, on principle alone, by principle alone, there's no comparison. Whereas your dog Scratch is nothing but a flea-bitten old wreck.
No, Scratch is old. But I wouldn't take 5 inches for him. How can you even... You know, my dog Scratch is a proper hound. Well, your Itch is a joke of a dog. You know, if you had paid $25 for him, it would have been $20 too much.
Ethan Loveless, are you being obnoxious on purpose today? I don't like people who can't face the facts. And you know perfectly well that my Itch is 100 times better than your ridiculous Scratch.
Now you must either consider me blind or stupid to think that Itch is better than Scratch. Itch is worse.
It's not true, he's better.
He's worse.
Better!
What are you shouting for?
I don't know! What are you lying for? Scratch is only fit to be shot.
Oh, you'll have to excuse me, but I'm suffering from palpitations once again. I can't continue this conversation.
You're typical of those hunters who are nothing but talk, but useless when it actually comes to hunting.
Oh, please be quiet.
I won't shut up.
What's the matter now?
Mama, tell us truth. Which is the better dog, our Itch or his Scratch?
Well, now, Miss Stevenson, tell me honestly. Does your Itch have a limp, yes or no?
And suppose he does. What does it matter? He's the best dog in the district with all that.
But isn't my Scratch better? Tell me honestly.
Don't excite yourself, dear boy. Allow me. Your Scratch has some good points. He's purebred, firm on his feet, has well-sprung ribs, but if you want to know the truth, your dog has 2 defects. He's old, and his hind legs can't catch up with the front.
Oh, you have to... Oh, my head's throbbing. Now, let's face the facts. You know, on the last hunt, my dog Scratch ran neck and neck with the other dogs, while your dog Itch was running up the rear. And if you want to talk about someone who's old and whose hind legs aren't worth a damn, I'd look in a mirror if I were you.
Well, I never! Itch got left behind because he was hurt.
So sure about that. While all the other dogs were chasing the fox,
Your Itch was chasing a
sheep.
That's not true! Now, I'm very liable to lose my temper, and so let's stop arguing. You started this because everybody's always jealous of everybody else's dogs. Yes, we're all like that. You no sooner notice that some dog is better than your Scratch than you begin with this, that, so on and all that. I remember everything.
I remember too.
I remember too. What do you remember?
Oh, my heart, my leg. Oh, my foot's gone to sleep.
My heart, my leg, my foot's gone to sleep. What kind of a hunter even are you? You'd be better off lying down in a darkened room than chasing after foxes. My heart.
Yes, really. What kind of a hunter are you? Now, let's change the subject before I lose my temper. You're not a real hunter, and let's leave it at that.
And what kind of a hunter are you? You only go home with the rich folk in this town. You're not a hunter. You're a sneaky social climber.
What? I'm a social... Shut up!
Snake.
Young brat.
Old rat.
Shut up or I'll shoot you like a partridge, you fool.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, my heart's burst. Where's my shoulder? Oh, I think I'm dying. Oh, God. God, doctor.
Sick. My heart is pounding.
I bet he can't even ride a horse right. Mama? Mama, look. Mama? Ethan Loveless! He's dead!
Oh, what is it? What's the matter?
He's dead! Dead!
He's dead? My God. Water. A doctor. Here, drink some more water. No, he's not drinking. He seems to be coming around. I think he'll live. Here, drink some more water.
stars! Where am I? Wow, where?
Now, just hurry up and get married, all right? She's willing and all that, right? And you're willing and all that, right? I give you two my blessing. Just please leave me in peace.
Who?
Well, you're alive. Yes, I'm willing. She says yes. Well, go on, kiss her.
Kiss who?
Kiss each other.
Well, yeah, that's very nice. Excuse me, what's going on? Oh, now I remember. My heart, stars. I'm very happy. Natalie Stevenson. Oh, I think my left leg's paralyzed.
I'm happy too. What a weight off my shoulders. Now, you can admit that my dog is better than yours.
He's worse!
Better?
He's better.
Worse.